very nicely with everything that Marie's just said there. Quite involved with work-wise, and we get up to speed myself, but I'll just introduce myself. So I work for Rotherham Investment Development Office, and I'm match funded by the Careers and Enterprise Company on a project called the Enterprise Advisor Network. So what I'm going to talk about is, if anybody's not aware of the Careers and Enterprise Company and its aims, the Gatsby benchmarks. I don't know if everybody knows about all of these, but I know that Marie's discussed and referred to those, so I'll go into those in a little bit more detail because they're quite integral to the work I do. So why we want employers involved with young people and why that's so critical, and the Enterprise Advisor Network. Why do we need businesses to become enterprise advisors and support young people and schools? How schools can get involved with other projects other than the Enterprise Advisor Network, and obviously to take any questions. So the Careers and Enterprise Company runs the Enterprise Advisor Network, and its motto is to inspire and support young people to transition into the fast changing world of work. In all careers, Marie alluded to how STEM careers were changing, but all careers are changing with the advent of technologies, and we need to ensure that our young people are fully informed of all the opportunities that are available to them for their future. So the Careers and Enterprise Company is funded by the Department of Education, and its aims are to strengthen the links between education and employment, to raise the profile and the quality of careers education in schools and colleges in order to meet the internationally recognised gold standard of the benchmarks, to raise aspirations amongst young people, something that's needed in all areas, but particularly in Sheffield City Region, and I cover the Rotherham area. And my role as Enterprise Coordinator is match funded by the Careers and Enterprise Company with Rotherham Council. So the aims of the project is to build the networks of schools and businesses, to support the careers leaders, the senior leaders within the schools, to understand the national career strategy and how to integrate that strategically within the schools, and to back the Gatsby benchmarks. So we've referred to Gatsby benchmarks, and I apologise if you already know of these, but there are 8 benchmarks. They're not statutory within schools, but they are referenced in the new Ofsted inspection framework, which has given them more weight. The two that I'm going to particularly refer to this evening are Gatsby benchmark 5 and Gatsby benchmark 6, which is why we need employers to be supportive of this. But I work supporting schools with all 8 of the benchmarks. The good careers guidance within schools and the information that is given to students needs to cover all of the 8 benchmarks. So on this slide, it breaks down what the benchmarks are, but particularly shows on here how businesses can become involved. And a lot of the things that are on here were referenced by Marie in her presentation. So my work with the schools involves talks and websites, CV workshops, mock interviews, any mentoring, employability workshops, enterprise activities, employer delivered classroom learning, workplace visits and experiences, work shadowing and volunteering and citizenship. But alongside that, I also work very closely with Workwise on projects and encourage schools to access the opportunities that are available. The work that I've been doing with schools over the last 12 months, of the 4,000 students that were registered to attend Get Up to Speed this year, over 1,000 of those were Rotherham schools on the patch that I cover. I've been in this role just over 15 months now. When I started, there were only just over 200 students from secondary schools in Rotherham that were actually attending something that's fantastic and on their doorstep. So I've strategically helped those schools, and that's an example of how it's benefited the young people of Rotherham. But as you can see, there are lots of opportunities to be able to engage with young people, to inspire them and to inform them of all the opportunities that are out there. There are a lot of hidden careers that young people and parents have no knowledge about. And just picking up from something that Marie said, that this dirty, greasy, grimy engineering manufacturing, that's not actually the case, and we need to get that message across to young people, but to teachers and to parents as well within schools. So why do we need employers? Why is this link so critical? So 86% of young people are less likely to be NEET, which is not in education, employment or training, after 4 or more employer encounters. And they're likely to earn 18% more than their peers. So back in 2018, research showed that these encounters are only happening in 40% of schools, and there was a report last year, a State of the Nation report, saying that these numbers had increased, but we still want more employer encounters in whatever shape or form. Every encounter is something that can affect a young person's decisions. So the project that I lead on within Sheffield City Region and Rotherham is the Enterprise Advisor Network. So my role is Enterprise Coordinator and the business person's role is Enterprise Advisor. So my role is to support schools and colleges, secondary schools, to deliver high quality careers education and strong performance across all of the benchmarks, to build and maintain effective relationships with senior leaders in schools and to understand their needs, to understand the Gatsby benchmarks. Enterprise advisors work alongside the school or college's senior leadership team as a critical friend, bringing their strategic business understanding and knowledge to develop their careers programs. So they combine their passion for raising the aspirations of young people and their strategic skills to put opportunities with local employers at the heart of a young person's education, raising awareness of sectors that young people, parents and teaching staff probably don't have knowledge of, up-to-date information. My role is to match the enterprise advisors from the business world to a school or college and to provide ongoing support to include induction, network meetings, looking at ongoing training and to meet each individual enterprise advisor's development needs. Every enterprise advisor comes from a different starting point and understanding of the network, so I support them throughout the procedure. So why are enterprise advisors such a key part? 82% of schools, colleges said that their enterprise advisor has helped them to improve their careers plan and strategy. You can see there that enterprise advisors have helped them to increase their careers position, and the level of satisfaction is very high, as you can see there, of enterprise advisors supporting within schools and colleges. So why do enterprise advisors volunteer? What do they get out of the role? So there's a strong sense of wanting to contribute to the local community, to help improve outcomes for young people, to affect the future skills pipeline, to raise awareness of the sector or organisation, and this is across all sectors, not just STEM sectors. For personal development, there's a lot of people that come through CIPD who are very, very influential and supportive, and for their own professional development, and then maybe sometimes it's towards their CSR obligations as a business. So as you can see, there are a wide range of reasons why people would want to be involved as an enterprise advisor. So this information, there's a lot on here, but I just wanted to show how it actually works in different areas. So we connect employers or business networks. They give strategic input to the school. They are a business expert. They advise on how to evaluate their programs. They're a critical friend. Sometimes if they want to be involved with operational delivery, actually at the rock face with the students in school, they can do that if they choose to do so. And they also become a champion of the world of work within school. If you choose to be an enterprise advisor, it is a minimum of 1 year. It says 1 day a month, but it's often less than that, a lot less than that actually, for it to be effective. They attend events, they work in partnership with myself, and they bring in people from their own business network to be able to have meaningful employer encounters with the young people of that school or college. So there's just a couple of quotes from enterprise advisors that I'm working with in Rotherham. So Diane Key has been an enterprise advisor for 3.5 years now, and she's really supportive of her school. And Tracy Thornton, of HR Director of Weldricks, she's a fairly new enterprise advisor, but finding lots of business benefits and personal benefits from being able to support her school. So other than the Enterprise Advisor Network, you can actually get involved with a couple of other projects. So within Sheffield City Region, there is an ESF Business and Education Alliance project where businesses can get involved directly with them. Businesses do have to be SMEs to be involved in this project, but they can support particular schools on projects, and they benefit young people but also get some value back from the business as well, with support of Jenny Watts, my colleague, who works alongside me in Rido. So that's a separate project that you can get involved with that's a little less formal. And there's, I don't know if you've heard of South Yorkshire Talent Bank. So this was launched last year by Sheffield City Region Mayor Dan Jarvis. And this is a database that you can register as a volunteer. So if you just wanted to give an hour to be able to go into a school, whether that's local to where you live or where you're working, you can do that, and you can sign up to any of the activities that you would like to do. But and any activities that you would like to do in a school to positively affect young people understanding your sector, your career, general employability skills, anybody is welcome to be involved to support. So just to recap, so there's the formal Enterprise Advisor Network, where you would be linked to one school and work closely with myself or one of my colleagues across Sheffield City Region to be part of the local Enterprise Advisor Network. The the ESF Business and Education Alliance, you can volunteer, and that's on a less formal basis, and that's across a number of schools. And then Talent Bank is where you could just dip in and out, you join a register, and schools can contact you to actually participate in projects and activities in school. So anybody that's interested in being engaged in a school, whether it's within Rotherham, Sheffield City Region or further afield, there are enterprise coordinators nationally. But happy to take any questions or any information if anybody would like to get in touch with me. There is some more information that I know Sean is going to share with everybody, because this is just giving you a short overview of what you need to understand to see how you can be involved. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Wendy. Yes, so from my point of view, I've worked with Wendy as an enterprise advisor, looking after Wickersley in particular. And the schools do need somebody from outside. The schools are under a lot of pressure, and they really need engagement from industry and business. The simplest way is, as they say, you know, mentoring, coming in, mock interviews, allowing people onto site. But the more we can do, the more we can help, the better it is. I think it's a fabulous activity, and I think it's not very hard for us to give an hour or two. You know, it's not hard at all. I would strongly encourage. I don't know if there's any other questions coming out on the feed at the moment, but if there is, ask now while I'm here. Is there anything else that you wanted to say, Wendy?
Just anybody's welcome to contact me to ask any questions, or if they want to get involved to a greater or lesser degree. The door is open to everybody that would like to be engaged with young people, and I'm happy to facilitate any connections with any geographical areas, Sean, because I know a lot of your network cover a wide area. So although I represent Sheffield City Region and Rotherham in particular, anybody that wanted to be involved, no hesitation, just contact me and I'll put you in touch with whoever can help you in your desire to help.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for that, Wendy. Thank you very much.
I've also noticed a question from Kerry Batchelder about situation with COVID-19 and whether it's possible to incorporate similar activities such as Get Up to Speed and other engagement, what Wendy was just talking about, digitally.
Yeah,
it's not a question specifically directed to Wendy. It's also for Marie, if you want to jump in, Marie.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think the more footage we can get, we can share throughout the schools, throughout the programme, on the websites. You know, if more and more people want to share their stories and their experiences, it just inspires other people to see how others are doing it and actually go and have a go. Yeah,
I think because a lot of the kids are stuck at home, I think they would be really excited to see something online, probably.
Yeah, and if it's live and it's inspiring, then absolutely, I can't see any problems with that at all. You know.
Yeah,
let's see what they come up with. Yeah, he's almost, you know, let him have a go. It's engineering something, isn't it? Let's see what they come up with. They come up with some amazing ideas. So yeah, I think that would be really, really good.
It's the boredom.
Yeah, but good things can come out of boredom.
Well, we have to use the situation. We're stuck in it otherwise.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any other comments or questions?
Can I ask a question, if that's okay?
Go for it, Mike.
Yeah, the children that you're, the students you're appealing to at school, what kind of education level are they? Are they people looking to go to sixth form then on to university, or are they more people who have maybe a college or going straight into work?
Everything. So we work from 7 to 13 within the secondary schools and the colleges. So every academic level and every destination. So whether that be going straight to an apprenticeship or going into higher education, obviously looking at higher level apprenticeships is something that we're keen to promote within schools, because that's particularly something that a lot of the schools don't understand the quality of the opportunities that are available. A lot of them push them down a traditional HE route, and as we know now, the world is changing very quickly, and there are a lot of very good quality opportunities for young people, but some schools don't understand that still, and we need people from the real world of work to inform schools of what's actually happening out there, how jobs are changing and how opportunities and routes into employment are changing.
Absolutely. We have a couple of apprentices on the line, Martin and Alex, and if there are any more, do you want to jump in on this one and comment about your experience going from school towards engineering?
From my point of view, going from school to college, I'm now at Port Select in Dinnington. So I've been at 2 companies. One of them went bust, and now I'm at Port Select. So my experience from moving from college, school to college, was there was limited. Like, you couldn't go to college and just experience it. You had to just almost take a gamble with the apprenticeship. But I found personally, I've really enjoyed it. Like, I understood from the start that I was quite practical and I was quite eager to learn. So coming into an apprenticeship from school actually benefited me quite a lot.
Okay, thank you.